Jon, so great to have the opportunity to talk to you. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. It's nice to talk to you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Oh my God, this show had me like seriously falling off my couch laughing. So honestly, kudos to you. Don't know how you did it.
Oh, I mean, I have no idea. It's like a weird fever dream. I can barely remember what happened in there. It feels like I felt like I was unconscious the whole time, or in a weird dream slash nightmare. It was a bizarre time, but thank you, and thank you for laughing because we weren't allowed to laugh. So
Exactly. I
yeah.
was taking it for the team. I got to tell you that there's no question about it. But I wanted to know when you got this pitch, like what was it? Like, hi Jon, there's 10, Canadian elite comics going to be in a room, and they're going to make crazy jokes and do crazy things, but you can't laugh. Like seriously,
Oh,
how
it's
did you
insane.
take that?
It's like being invited to the best restaurant in the world and being told, sit down, here's a menu, just a heads up, you can't eat anything.
Right.
And you're like, what is the point of any of this? Honestly, like the pitch, the fact that it came a year and a half into a pandemic, normally I'd be like, this is insane, and I'm gonna have so much anxiety, and how I'm gonna laugh immediately. I should not be doing this. But after a year and a half of not seeing or being around people, I
Okay.
didn't even really read the whole pitch. They were like, you're gonna be with 9 other Canadians
Yeah.
and 9 Canadian comedians. I was like, sign me up. I'm
Right.
in. I don't care. Are we human sacrifices? Is that what the show's about? Are we gonna it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But then the unfortunate thing is like you actually read the email, and you're like, oh, well,
Right.
geez, I
Uh-oh.
can't laugh. And I actually had conversations with them. I said, look, you should not have me because I will laugh immediately and be eliminated and be off the show in 2 seconds. You
You
know?
have good tactics. Like I like what you do because I always ask people, how do you not break in a scene, in a comedic movie or whatever, when you're working with funny people. I like that you kind of turn around and walk away, and I like that. That is really good, Jon.
Well, well, thank you. I mean, it's just survival, right? Like I'm chatting here with Colin Mockery or Caroline Ray, and
Right.
she's just cracking me up. What else do? You have to you either walk away or you're kicked off the show. Um, and so yeah, no, it was weird because I'd never like had to try to not laugh, like for real not laugh. Because even on TV and in movies, yeah, you're not supposed to laugh, but you're not
Right.
going to
You
get
can do another
kicked.
take, or yeah.
Yes, you're not going to get kicked off the show
Right.
if you laugh. And so it was surprising that I was even able to do it for any amount of time. But then yeah, then you just develop these tics where you're like, okay, well, how do I stay in this? And then just naturally I started like puckering my lips, kind of
Yeah.
mumbling to myself or like agreeing if
Uh-huh.
someone,
You were doing that a lot.
yeah. Like if someone made me laugh, you also want to be like, that is funny. That is funny.
Yeah.
I am not laughing, but I really
Well, that
appreciate that
acknowledges
joke.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And,
So when these
yeah.
comedians started to walk through the door and you were seeing who you're going to be up against here, who scared you the most immediately? Like
Uh,
who were you most afraid of?
the
That's
first
it.
face I saw was Colin Mockery. I walked in and I was like, first, like a little like starstruck because he's a
Sure.
Canadian comedy
Legend.
legend. And I
Yeah.
walk into the room and I'm like, oh shit, like people are expecting. Wow, I'm like, wow, this is really an honor to be in a room with Colin.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I'm screwed. He's part of my comedy education as a human. He
Yeah.
introduced improv comedy to me and a
The
generation of
world.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, okay, well, I'm done. I'm done. So let's just hopefully I can stay in this room for at least a couple minutes,
Yeah.
to appreciate some of the comedy. But yeah, he scared me a bunch. Andrew, who's amazing on Kim's Convenience, such a funny
Yeah.
funny dude.
And Tom Green, I mean, come on.
I mean, Tom Green, so I was I making my way in the room, and then eventually you're like, okay, I think May was there, who's incredible.
Yes.
Deborah, who is an insane stand-up comedian, one of the best.
Yeah.
And Andrew, and then Colin, and then all of a sudden they're like, Caroline Ray, and you're like, are you kidding me? And then Dave Foley and K.
Yeah.
Trevor Wilson from Letterkenny, who
Yeah.
I love that show. It's so funny. All these people coming in, and you're like, well, I was afraid of one person I was pretty sure was gonna get me. Now there are 8 other, like,
Yeah.
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 It was tough. It was tough.
I'm sure. I have to say, it really was fun. It is fun to watch this series. There's no question about it. So and also, I will never look at grilled cheese the same again.
Oh, I can't even hear that word anymore. But just hearing that song, that I hope someone does a remix of that song.
I agree. You should do that. That's your thing. Come on. Come on, dude.
Yeah. I'll put that on the list.
Yeah, definitely put it on the
Delicious
list.
cheese sandwiches. It's very bizarre, but very funny. Tom Green.
Very many ways, very many. So what's scarier, getting up on a stage to do stand up and not knowing if your audience is going to laugh at you, or walking into a room with these, legends, knowing that you're not allowed to laugh?
Well, here's the thing. It's actually comforting. No, it's uncomfortable, but also comforting knowing that no one's allowed to laugh, so that if your jokes are bombing,
yeah,
no one knows, because they're not going to laugh to begin with. It's a little depressing when you're like, I got this great joke, boom, and no one laughs. And you're like, oh boy, did they not laugh because they're not supposed to laugh? Or was that like really a bad joke? Did I just bomb? Or did I just nail it? Like, I don't know. You start getting really confused about whether you're funny, whether you're being funny, whether you're not being funny, because you're getting no reaction from people. So I would say definitely scarier to go up in front of an audience that's allowed to laugh.
Right. Yeah, I can just imagine. So what's next? What are we going to see you, now that pandemic is, are touring? Give us some scoop on what's up with you.
Yeah, well, part of what I do as a job is I'm a songwriter for movies and television, and right now it just came out, The After Party on Apple TV.
I've seen the whole thing. It's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I did on the musical episode. I did the. That
was my favorite episode.
Oh,
Jasper! I just talked to those guys, and I told Ben Schwartz by far. I watched it 3 times. I love the music. So.
Oh, that's such a weird, crazy, amazing, small world. No, I wrote the songs for the musical episode, and I was there via Zoom when Ben was recording. Ben and Sam were recording them and everything.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah,
I didn't know that you wrote that. So thank you for letting me know that, because it really, honest to God, no, not joking here, it was my favorite episode of the whole series.
Oh, I mean, that's really, really great to hear. And Chris Miller, first of all, and like Ben, Sam, Jack Dolgan wrote the episode. Like, it's like this, and Daniel Pemberton scored it and produced the songs.
Great.
You're like, you're set up for success here, but so happy to hear that. What a crazy group of geniuses to work with.
Yeah, well, good stuff. Well, listen, like I said, it was really a lot of fun to watch you on this series, and oh my God, keep up the great work, and what a pleasure to have the opportunity to talk to you this afternoon. Thanks for your time.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Take care, Jon. Bye-bye.